Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to be making one project with the snow die from Crafter's Companion. It does come with a set of dies and a decoupage topper pad. You can obviously use the dies to cut out the pad. There's also a stamp set. I'm not going to be using those that come with it today. I'm going to be using a topper from the Christmas Cheer die cut topper pad. I'll just give you a quick look at the toppers inside. So there are 3 different pages of designs and 5 pages of each. So 5 pages of the same. So there's 5 pages of the tree and the stocking. And then you've got the lovely little snowman and the toys with the teddy bear. And I think there's another snowman as well. Yeah, so another snowman and some different teddies there. Okay, so it's not a card in the normal sense, so it is slightly different. So I'm hoping that you'll enjoy it. Okay, so I'm going to start by bringing in my scoring board and a piece of A4 card. Okay, so my first score is going to be at the 1/2 inch mark, and then it's going to be 2, and then 3.5, and then 5. Just checking that, made sure that's right. So 1/2 inch, 2, 3.5, and 5. Okay, so just pop that out of the way. And then I'm just going to score those nicely. Nice and crisp, burnish them right down. You don't want to be gluing anything at this point, but you do want to be making sure that they're nice and crisp. Okay, and then next I'm going to bring in my snow die, and it comes as a set of 3 dies. So you've got the outer, the inner, and the inner O. So I'm just going to peel all of those off. So I'm going to go with, now you need to make sure if you press this down, so obviously this card will still fold flat, but I want my snow to go right on the edge, so it's going to be sort of popping up as a topper. Okay, so I'm just going to grab some hunky-dory tape. It's quite important that it doesn't move, and I'm popping that as far over as I can because I want it to cut out as much as I can on this end here, and then obviously I can trim on this other end. Okay, now I haven't got, oh no, the other thing I need to do just before I forget as well is to pop that one in, grab another little bit of tape, just for placement purposes really, just make sure that's round about in the right place. We can pop that in like so, and just take that one out. I'm going to be using my grand caliber just because I haven't got the big Gemini up here. Okay, so I'm just going to bring that in. It may make the camera wobble a little bit. Now, the important thing to do is because we don't want it to cut through this end here. So what I'm going to do is lay my plates. Let me bring that around so I can show you. I want my plates just right on the end so that that is going to be not cut through. So I know my so if the 2 plates aren't on top, the pressure won't be there to cut that through, but I just want the narrowest little bit, and I think around about there should be fine. And then I'm just very carefully going to pop that into my grand caliber, I will apologise for the squeak if it does pick that up. Um, I've had it quite a while. As I said to you, in before, I have been crafting for quite a long time. Although this is my second caliber. I did have the original pink one, and then my nephew came round to do some crafting, and somehow the handle got broken. Right, let's see how that's gone. Hopefully that's worked. There we go. Let's take that plate out of the way. Get that one out. Yeah, perfect. And that one out of the way as well. Okay, so if I pop this die off carefully, although that's going to be waste, so it doesn't matter. Take that one out of the way. And you can see it's still attached at the top. So I'm just going to run in with my knife, tidy that up. And I can tidy that up with my scissors in a second. And then I'm just going to take my ruler and just at the edges there, I'm just going to take that off as neatly as I can. Again there, and hopefully that should all come out. And that should come out from there as well. Let's get rid of that for now. And then what I'm going to do is just trim down this edge to about that point there. So I'm just going to bring in my big trimmer just because it's a longer piece of paper. I'm just going to take that down there. I'm putting it flush at the bottom, but just checking where the tip of my W is coming to, because I obviously don't want to cut that sort of end bit off. There we go. Just get rid of that one for now. And then here we go. So here is our card base. So what I'm going to do now is take my wet glue. You could use your red liner tape, but you want something that's going to stick pretty well. Just pop that on there. Just because that's going to end up going everywhere. And then what I do is I squash it down like so, because that way I know it's going to fold down straight, when we want to put it in a box or give it to someone. So I just run it over with my fingers just a little bit just to keep it warm, and then that will set that off. And then there is our actual card shape. Now you can see there's just a little edge there that I'm not happy with. So I'm just going to go in again with my knife, just trim down to the bottom and then along the bottom just to tidy that up. And again on this side, and just take that. That's it there. Okay. Right, so I'm happy with that. So I can just put that to the side just to carry on sticking. Don't need that again for a second. And now I can go back to the Gemini. So I'm going to start with this outer die first of all. And I've got this silver glitter card from Hunky Dory. So I'm just going to get myself a mat of that. And this is the outer shape again, because we're going to completely cover the one on the actual main card. Yeah, that's moved. Let's get another bit of tape on there. And then exactly the same as before, I'm going to pop that snow in the middle, just to make sure I get the circle in the right place, or a very similar place to I got it before. It's not really going to affect anything if it's slightly off, because I am going to put my decoupage in the middle, but the better it is, the happier I will be with the project at the end of it. Just pop that one out. And then we're just going to pop that onto there. That one, that one, that one. We're just going to whiz that through the Gemini. That's that one. I'll pop it out, obviously, because it's glitter card. It just attaches itself a little better into the actual cuts. So I'm just going to cut from that top. So we've got our one layer there. Just put that to one side, and just put that out of the way for a second. And then I'm going to come in with my snow itself, and I'm just going to cut straight along there. Again with my tape. Pop that one in. Let's just go through the Gemini again. Okay, just going to pop that out as well. Okay, so this is going to sit on here. They're both going to sit on there. And then obviously I'm going to do some layers as well. So I'm going to start by just sticking these on. I'm going to use the PVA type glue. So just that could squidge all over. And then that should just slot in here. Obviously you've got the marks just to line that up where you need to be going. A little press down. And then this one, what I'm going to do is just put that on some foam pads and raise that a little bit. Actually, I won't use foam pads. What I'm going to use is glue gel, just because of this glitter surface at the back. Okay, so I'm just going to put just a thin layer. I don't want it too high, because obviously I'm going to have my decoupage on there, which is going to be the actual layers themselves. Oops. That's that. And then just going to pop them into place onto them. Okay, so I've just got a little raise on this, and that's perfect. Okay, so next I'm going to do the matte and layers for here and here. I didn't bother putting any on the back just because, you know, you're not really going to see it, and I didn't put any on the bottom as well. But if you wanted to put some on there, as it's going to be folded flat, obviously, you know, you do what makes you feel good about your crafting. That's not a problem. Okay, so I'm going to bring my trimmer back in, and I'm just going to bring my ruler and just go. So the actual length of it is just over 7¼ and it's 1½ deep. Okay, so let's grab some of this. Just straighten that up first of all. So we want to go 1 1/4. So if I take that to, all right, so we've got 1 1 1/4. Actually, what I'm going to do, quarter, so it's going to be 2 1/2. So if I cut this down to 2 1/2, theoretically, when I do this to 1 1/4, hopefully, if they're straight, they should be the same. If not, there's that one. That one's slightly thinner. Oh, that's not good. Ah, but that one fits perfectly, so that's fine. Okay. And then we said that was 7 1/4, wasn't it? So just trim that down to there, and I think that should be fine. I'll take a tiny bit off that. So we're there. So let's go to, yeah. So we did that one at 7 and 2 marks. So 7, 2 marks, and hopefully that should be the same. Perfect. Okay. And then I wanted to use as my decorative paper this paper here, and this is from the Bethlehem kit. Okay, so I'm just going to take a narrow border, and I'm hoping that should be okay. I might need to take a little bit off that. There we go, very narrow border. I'm just going to take that to there, just below there. And we've just got that narrow border poking through. I'm just going to take just a tiny bit more off, just so we can see that beautiful silver. That's lovely. Okay, and then I'm going to have to cut another piece. And then just popping it in again. I just usually make nail marks just so I know where I need to cut. I need to be right there, I think. Perfect. Okay. Just put that one out of the way. Get rid of those little bits there. Okay, and I'm going to come in with my PVA glue. And I'm going to pop that one onto there. Just give it a little squidge. And then again with the other glitter, sorry. Oh, it's moved a little bit. Just get that back in the right place. There you go. Thank heavens for repositionable glue. Although sometimes if it stayed where you put it in the first place, you wouldn't feel the need for it, would you really? But there you go. Okay, that one's in. That's it. And I'm going to go in just with flat 3D the glue gel, just because it's a glitter, and I know that this is paper, or thinner paper, so it just gives me a little bit of time. Don't like using the PVA so much on the paper. I think most people say it's not the best thing to do. There we go. So that's those 2 layers in. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is grab my snowman, and coming into the topper pad, I used this one the other day, so I wanted to use the other one. So this one with the lamp. I'm just going to pop them out. As you can see, they pop out really nice. Obviously, just be careful of the little bits like arms and things. But they don't really leave any pips either, so you don't need to go around them. I'm just going to grab the next layer, which is just his head. Oops. And the lantern and his body. And then we've got a hat. And we've got a scarf. And we've also got him without the lantern as well. Okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. And what I'm going to do just before I start decoupaging him up is bring in, let me just put that lid on that 3D glue gel, bring in my glitter pen. We're just going to give him a bit of glitter with that. So I'm just going to go around the top and the bottom of his hat and his scarf and down, and just a little under here as well where there would be this shadow. Again on his head, around his hat, around his scarf. There. Again, just on all the pieces. It doesn't have to be too precise. It's just to give that little bit of a shine when you walk past. It just catches your eye in certain light. Okay, so then just gonna bring him in my 3D glue gel. Let's see, where is he gonna go? He's going to go about there. So I just need a bit of glue on his hat, his base, his lantern and his hand, just to hold him in that spot. You don't want to put too much on the back because obviously that will seep through, and you'll see it on the other side. Just a little bit. There we go. And then layer number 2 with the lantern. Just give him a little bit of a shape. Pop the glue on. Again, another little bit of a shape. Yeah, you can go as high as you like with these. I'm not going too high because obviously want this still to be able to be folded. And then we go around again, just shape him. Oops. There he goes. And then lastly, his cute little hat. Okay. There we go. So I'm just going to pop this to the side just for a second. Sorry, just fiddling with his hat. It's difficult with the camera in the way, then you can't really put your head right over the top of it, but it's looking like it should do. And then I'm just going to come back with the stamps that were in the set. And I've got Sentiment, I've got Let It Snow, Winter Wishes, the most wonderful time of the year, or celebrate the season. I'm going to go in with Winter Wishes. Scrub that out. And I'm going to grab my ink pad. And I have a piece of white card that I cut off from that bit there. Just trim this down a little bit. Let's just start off with a square, and then that may help us later on. Okay, and I'm going to bring in my little stamping press. Has lost a foot, but doesn't affect the stamping in any way. I'm just going to pop that onto there. Let's go with that one. Okay, let's put it nice and straight on there. That will help me. Okay, so I'm just going to ink this up. Stamping for me is a little hit and miss. I have to be honest, I usually use the big platform. But I did do this successfully the other day, and I was quite impressed with myself. So, you know, just trying again and hoping for the best. Oh, look at this, see? Let's move that stamp over a little bit for a start, and then we'll just try that again. There we go. I'll just ink that back up. And then we'll try again. Alright, so good press down this time. Much better. Here we go. And maybe there is hope for me as a stamper yet. Okay, so I'm just going to come in again with my guillotine. I'm not going to tidy up the ends because I see that that isn't quite straight there. And then I'm going to go just underneath it. Just those. And then I'm going to trim the end there. I'm happy with that. And then there was a little bit left of this glitter card. So being quite frugal with it because obviously it is super sparkly. And let's get that a nice straight edge first of all. That will help us no end. And then we just want to be a little bigger than this one. Let's have a look. What's that like? Just going to go a little more. Oh, there we go. Let's go to there. Just to even that up. There's our little sentiment. Just rid of them bits as well. Okay, so I'm going to come in with my 3D gel again, but I want this to be just a little bit raised, so not too much. Put that on. I'm going to bring that in. I'm going to pop that one on. Nice and flush on that side there. And that's my finished card. I mean, sometimes I would then go around these stars with some glitter or foil. I usually use the Glamour Dust. That's my go-to glitter when I'm using the Quickie Glue pen. You could add a ribbon on there. You could also emboss this snow with a snowflake embossing powder, embossing folder. You could still stamp on that just to give it more texture. You know, it's lots of options with it, and it sits really nice on a shelf as well. So it is quite a cute little card. And if you wanted to, you could also just fill in the ends. I'll fill it with something nice like, you know, chocolate. Anyway, that's everything for today, just the one project today. What I am going to do is I'm going to do another couple of projects with Crafter's Companion. I've got another die from this range that I really would like to do a project with, and there's the Bethlehem kit that I love as well. And I think once I've done those, I might do a giveaway on the channel and then sort of go back to more everyday sort of birthday and other celebration cards, just to get away from Christmas for a little bit. Some people, you know, it's Christmas is everywhere for crafting at the moment. There's no getting away from it. So just for a bit of variety, you might go back to more everyday crafting. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this project. Like I say, it is super easy. And you know, leave me some comments if you've enjoyed it. And obviously, you know, if you want to like and subscribe, just to encourage me to keep on making videos for you, that would be fantastic. Well, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.